Hi. I'm going to talk about ISIS, and that was really funny, that episode. Some parts were hilarious. But I had three things that I wanted to bring up beforehand. I don't know if anyone out there can help me with this, but how does the Legion ring work? Like, I'm confused. I don't understand. It's not like Back to the Future where you put a date in, and I don't understand how Lois went a year in the future and then they put it back on and she came back, and then Clark went to the future, Brainiac went back in the past. I mean, I don't know how the time thing works or if it even makes any sense, but maybe someone who reads the comic books or something can tell me. And the second thing was the question about whether or not there will be an 11th season of Smallville. And all I have to say to the people who don't want it to have an 11th season is just shut the F up. Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with people. Like, unless someone is physically tethering you to your couch every Friday night, who cares? Just don't watch it. And there are people in line who are like, oh my god, I hope this show doesn't continue next year. And all I have to say is, you don't want to watch it? Don't watch it. And don't like begrudge fans who actually want the show to continue and who enjoy it and wish that it gets canceled. That's just stupid. And stop, it's pointless. I definitely think that Tom Welling would come back, and he said every time someone says 10's a good number, he says 11's a good number too. So I'm more concerned about the next 17 episodes and not even getting ahead of myself. So either way, it's awesome so far. So it's definitely been the best season for me so far. The third thing was in Homecoming. I just wanted to point out that I hadn't mentioned the guidance counselor, which I thought was hilarious, when she said, people come to me and they're like, how am I going to get into college with a criminal record? You're not, freak. Thought that was hysterical. And I think one of the pictures that she looked at was Alicia, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the pictures definitely looked like Alicia, and I thought, there we go, Alicia, Chloe, Lana, ghosts of girlfriends past, which is nice, whatever. The last thing was the Punch Bowl lady. Okay, she was talking about Lana, and she said she's beautiful, and then she said, and hardworking. I mean, how many cheerleaders could run a coffee shop during high school? And I thought that was hysterical. I mean, it's like the show is poking fun at itself, and it's very Saved by the Bellish and ridiculous that a freshman would be homecoming queen or that a cheerleader would run a coffee shop. But even though the rest of the stuff she was saying was very rude, seriously rude to Lois, I thought that was very funny. And if it had been like in a movie that was all comedy, like Mean Girls or something, that line was perfect and it was really funny. So, now what you've all been waiting for. Isis, it was funny. It was very funny at the beginning when Lois is talking to herself. And she has a Clark voice that she's having a conversation with herself, and I talk to myself all the time, so maybe it's just me, but I thought that was pretty funny. So Clark is like trying to get his guts up to tell her the truth, and Oliver says, yeah, go do it, and Oliver's hilarious in that whole like, what are you wearing? And no, that's officially the biggest news I've heard all day. No, that's the biggest news. I love him. Oh, which reminds me, my favorite line in Supergirl, I think it was when Lois said, who's your mama? And Oliver said, is that a trick question? Solid gold comedy, people. Okay, so Clark goes up to the roof and he's delusional. He's just totally not getting that Lois isn't Lois, but he's just going on and on. But I thought it was so awesome how Erica Durance played this different character. I mean, she's very serious. Her voice changed, her mannerisms. It's very obvious that she wasn't Lois. But Clark, he's so sad. I think everyone who comes to town and has powers can fly. Everyone but Clark. Somehow he is stuck on the ground. He's just not gonna be able to do it. So that was, oh, right, okay. The really funny part at the beginning when Kat is sitting on Clark's desk and she's saying all these things about how her and Clark need to work together, and Lois is just like saying, it's like, wait, Kat says, you're like the Popeye to my olive, which is olive oil, and the Mickey to my Minnie, and Lois said the stick to my stomach. I had to pause. I was laughing so hard. I was like, wow, truly funny. And then when she wouldn't give her any donuts, and so Lois is just totally hating her. And Clark tries to like be nice, but it's like, yeah, I gotta like be done with this. Anyway, after Lois became Isis, I don't know, it's kind of slow in the middle for me, just like blah, 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 you know, all the stuff about love, true love and death and taking over the world. So, the bottom line was Ollie's lonely, and Clark has not gone to the depths that he needs to for real love. So, yeah, that was basically it. Then, once again, Kat just keeps getting herself in messes, which are hilarious to me. The way Tess laughed at her, that's how I felt the entire episode. Like, I just laughed so hard. I was like, wow, this woman is stupid. She's stupid in a funny way. She's cute. I may have kept my young looks. Anyway, so she's trying to get away from Isis and her sacrifice, and then she actually runs to Green Arrow for help, and, you know, he puts her in a tomb. Sorry. I thought it was funny how 3 weeks ago, she thinks Oliver's some kind of vigilante and she's all afraid. But then when the Isis is after her ass, she runs to Oliver for help, and he just picks her up and puts her in a tomb. Okay, so finally, you know, they break the spell. That was a really awesome scene, actually. The awesomest, if that's a word, part was when Isis was going to kill Lois. She was going to stab herself in the heart. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that. So that was very interesting. So she comes back. Of course, she doesn't remember. Then we get to the last scene. Oh my god. Kat stabs Lois in the hand. Wow. I mean, I've been like, violence is not the answer, but when Lois was about to punch that girl, I was like, yeah, you need to lay her ass out. It's like, she stabbed her, and Lois hauled back. Oh my god, she was about to lay the hell out of that girl and punch her, and Clark stopped her. So, she again told Kat, you're ridiculous for thinking she was the Blur, and Clark messes up Kat's phone, which was also funny because, you know, first, I'm sorry, it was also funny when he super sped her to a coffee shop. So she has no idea what's going on, but they're just making her look ridiculous and driving her crazy, which is fine. She deserves it. So the very last scene, Clark is trying to help Lois's wound after that heifer stabbed her, and she's still trying to get him to tell her, and he's not really doing it. Then finally he realizes, you know, enough is enough, and he doesn't get that she knows, even though she's talking about this bond she has with the Blur, and she's all up in his face, like really trying to get through to him. And when she said, oh, he's never going to tell me, it was just like in Salvation when they were in the barn, and I was like, oh god, no, not again. But he told her, and she seemed to have super speed, and she tackled him. So that was very funny. Oh wow, okay, sorry, the part was very like heartbreaking, and I was like in tears when Clark and Ollie, Team Collie, decided to give Tess a chance, and it just meant so much to her, you know. And then when she goes and Alex, little Alex is what I'll call him, said that he loves her. Oh my god, seriously, I was in tears because Tess is so sad, you know, so sad, so pathetic, you know, no one really treats her right. She's done a lot of crap to not deserve to be treated right, but, you know, hopefully this will be a turnaround for her character, and I'm really glad that Clark is trying to give her a chance, but I don't really think they should give her a watchtower. I think that's overkill in the trust department. Anyway, thanks for listening. Tell me what you think, and I am so loving this season. Alright, bye!